You are not being ignored because you are unlucky. You are being managed because you are predictable. You answer too fast. You explain too much. You fill every silence like you are paying rent. And people notice. They do not call it weakness. They call it nice. They call it easy to work with. They call it mature. That is how control looks when it is wrapped in compliments. Think about work. Your manager drops a vague message at 6:12 p.m. We need to talk tomorrow. No details, no context. Your stomach tightens. You start typing. Sure? Is everything okay? Then you send a second message. Just want to make sure I'm prepared. Then you spend the night rehearsing defenses. You think you are being responsible. You are not. You are showing them your leash. You are telling them that uncertainty owns you. You are showing them that one line of text can move your emotions on command. Think about relationships. You ask a woman a direct question. She goes quiet, no answer. 2 hours, then 5. You start explaining yourself. You send a paragraph that begins with "I didn't mean it like that." You add another, "I just want us to be good." You think you are being caring. You are not. You are applying for approval. You are stepping into her court. You are letting her judge your value while you plead. Silence did not hurt you. Your reaction to silence exposed you. Think about family or friends. Someone makes a little joke at your expense in front of others. They pause after the punchline. They wait for your face to move. You laugh first. You soften it. You say, "It's fine, I know what you mean." You think you are keeping the peace. You are not. You are permitting them. You just taught the group where you sit in the hierarchy. You did it yourself. You were trained to be helpful, obedient, and agreeable, not powerful. Most men were trained like that. You were taught to fill space, to be polite, to communicate, to prove you are not a threat. You were trained to seek resolution quickly because the world told you tension is bad. Tension is not bad. Tension is leverage. Tension is the space where power decides who leads and who follows. Machiavelli understood something you were never allowed to say out loud. Control is not about being loud. Control is about controlling the frame. Control is about who reacts first. Control is about who needs closure. Control is about who can sit in silence without flinching. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is a weapon. Silence is a test. Silence is dominance. In the next few minutes, you will hear power shifts that will make you uncomfortable if you still need to be liked. You will listen to the real reason silence works. You will listen to how people use your explanation as a rope. You will listen to how you hand over authority every time you rush to be understood. You will listen to how to reverse it without begging, without rage, without theatrics, just presence, just restraint, just control. Most viewers will leave. They will tell themselves it is toxic. They will pretend they are above power dynamics while they remain controlled by them. If you stay, you separate from the herd. If you ignore this, you stay manageable. You stay predictable. You stay easy to move. Put your phone face down and listen. If this hit you, write, "I am the strategist," once in the comments, just to mark the day your mindset changed. Here is the reality. Silence works because it forces people to face their own minds. Most people cannot handle their own minds. They need noise. They need reassurance. They need constant signals of where they stand. When you remove signals, they start negotiating with themselves. They start projecting. They start revealing. And the person who reveals first is the one being evaluated. You have been taught that talking is a strength. It is not. Talking is often a confession. Talking is often a request. Talking is often an attempt to control how you are perceived. And when you try to control perception, you reveal your dependence on it. Dependence is weakness. Machiavelli did not worship kindness. He respected outcomes. He respected control. He respected the ability to hold a position without asking permission. Look at a common moment at work. A colleague challenges you in a meeting, not openly. They do it in that cowardly way that feels professional. They say, "Are you sure that's the best approach?" And they tilt their head like they are being helpful. Everyone looks at you. The room is waiting. You feel the pressure to defend. You start listing reasons. You start referencing data. You start proving. Your voice speeds up. You think you are showing competence. But what you did was accept their frame of reference. Of note, they did not ask a genuine question. They issued an evaluation. And you stepped into it. Weak behavior is an immediate defense. Immediate defense signals you believe they have the right to test you. It signals they have authority over your choices. You become the applicant. They become the judge. You were being evaluated instead of evaluating. The inversion is simple. What feels good in that moment is explaining. It feels mature. It feels clear. What is effective is a pause. Silence. Eye contact. A calm look that says, "I heard you." Then you decide whether they deserve an answer. When you pause, you change the room's temperature. You force them to sit with what they just did. You make their questions stand alone. You let everyone hear it without your emotional scramble covering it. You can say one line slowly, yes, or noted, or what specifically are you concerned about. But you do it after silence. You do it after control. That silence is not passive. It is dominance. It is you refusing to jump when someone snaps their fingers. Machiavelli would call this controlling the moment. You are not here to convince. You are here to decide. When you stop performing, people stop treating you like entertainment. They start treating you like an authority. Now take that into relationships. People think silence is a game. They say it is manipulation. They say it is immature. That is what the controls say when they cannot control you. A woman sends you a message. You reply. She leaves you to read. You watch the screen as it owes you something. Then you send another message. Then you add a joke. Then you say, "All good if you're busy." You think you are under pressure. You are not. You are leaking. You are showing that her attention is your oxygen. And when someone becomes your oxygen, they control your breathing. Common behavior creates weakness because you are seeking approval. Approval is a currency. When you chase it, you declare yourself poor. You show that you cannot tolerate uncertainty. You show that silence controls you, so you try to destroy silence with words. The inversion is cold. Effective men do not flood. Effective men do not chase. Effective men do not negotiate for basic respect. Silence becomes your filter. Silence becomes your boundary, not as punishment, as reality. If she goes quiet, you do not perform. You let the quiet exist. You let her reveal her own level of interest, her own discipline, her own respect. Your silence removes the safety net. And without the safety net, people show their real balance. Machiavelli's lens is not romance. It is leverage. Attention is leverage. Time is leverage. Emotional stability is leverage. When you speak too much, you give away leverage. When you stay silent, you keep it. Scarcity creates value. Silence creates scarcity. Here is the part you will not like. Silence also forces others to fill the space. People hate space. Space makes them feel watched. Space makes them feel judged. When you do not rush to explain, you make them wonder what you think. And what do you think is more important than what you say? Consider a friend group situation. Someone pushes you with a joke. "Bro, you're always working. You don't even live." Everyone laughs lightly. They're checking your status. They're checking if you can be poked. You respond with a smile and an explanation. "Yeah, I've just been busy. Trying to build something." You are defending yourself. You are asking them to understand. You just lowered yourself. You just told them their approval matters. Weakness is being eager to be seen as a good guy. Weakness is trying to keep the vibe comfortable. Weakness is smoothing over disrespect because you fear tension. Tension is where rank is decided. The inversion is this. You let the joke sit. You look at them calmly. You do not laugh first. You do not get angry. You do not perform. You let the group feel the awkwardness they created. Then you choose a short response. "I like my life," or "That's your opinion," or you say nothing and shift your attention away. That shift is not rude. It is leadership. You are refusing their frame. You are refusing their attempt to define you. You are silently telling the group, I do not audition for you. Machiavelli respected the man who could shoulder social discomfort without collapsing into appeasement. People will test you again after that. They will push harder. They will call you serious. They will accuse you of being cold. That is not feedback. That is them mourning the loss of control. They got used to you taking care of their safety. They got used to you making everything easy. When you remove that, the weak feel threatened. Silence is also the fastest way to expose liars. Watch how people talk when they are trying to control you. They will overload you with words. They will give you stories. They will provide you with emotional pressure. They will create a false sense of urgency. They do it to force you to react. Reaction is surrender. A boss says, I need you to take this on. It's critical. They do not say why. They do not say what resources exist. They do not say what trade-offs are acceptable. They push urgency into your chest. Your old pattern is to say yes quickly. You want to be dependable. You want to be valued. You want to be the guy who saves the day. That is the obedient training. Useful, agreeable, controllable. The weak behavior is instant compliance. It feels strong because it feels like a sacrifice. But sacrifice without negotiation is submission, and people will always take what you offer for free. The inversion is silent. A pause, a look, then a slow question. What moves off my plate? Or what is the deadline and who approved it? Or what happens if it is not done? You do not ask like a child. You ask like an owner. That silence changes the negotiation. It communicates that you have boundaries. It communicates that your time has value. It communicates that access to you is not automatic. Machiavelli would call this controlling resources. Your attention is a resource. Your labor is a resource. Your emotional energy is a resource. When you give it away quickly, you come across as cheap. When you hold it, you become expensive. People respect what costs them something. They disrespect what is free. This is not a motivational quote. This is how humans operate, even the nicest ones. Silence is also how you stop being pulled into other people's emotional storms. A partner gets upset and throws accusations. You never listen. You don't care. You always do this. It is vague. It is loaded. It is designed to force you into defense. Defense is the trap. The moment you defend, you accept guilt as the starting point. You accepted their frame. You stepped into their court. You handed them authority. Common behavior is to explain. No, that's not true. I do listen. Yesterday I did this and this. You think you are solving. You are not. You are being managed. You are letting their emotions dictate your posture. The inversion is calm silence. Let the accusation hang in the air. Let it be seen. Then you respond with precision, not emotion. Be specific, or speak respectfully, or we can talk when you are calm. And then you stop. You do not chase resolution. You do not plead to be understood. You do not argue with a storm. This is not cruelty. This is control. This is you refusing to be dragged into chaos. Machiavelli would not beg a crowd to be fair. He would position himself so that fairness was irrelevant. Your position is your shield. Silence is part of the position. Now understand the deeper mechanism. Silence triggers uncertainty. Uncertainty triggers fear in weak people. Fear makes them seek information. They start watching you. They start reading your tone. They start working for your approval. That is the reversal. When you talk too much, you work for their approval. When you hold silence, they work for you. You see it in negotiations. Someone offers you a deal. They talk fast. They flood details. They pressure you to respond. They say, "So what do you think?" And they stare, trying to hook you. If you answer quickly, you just told them you need to be agreeable. You just told them you can be rushed. You just gave them the tempo. The effective move is to slow everything down. Silence. Read. Look away. Sip water. Let them sit under their own pressure. People who are trying to dominate hate the slow pace. Slow pace removes their momentum. Slow pace exposes their bluff. Slow pace makes them reveal concessions without you asking. Then you speak one sentence, "I need time," or "That does not work for me," or "Send it in writing," and you stop. Silence after a boundary is the lock on the door. If you keep talking after your boundary, you reopen the door. Most men reopen the door because they cannot handle the tension of being disliked. You need to understand this. Being disliked is not the same as being disrespected. People can dislike you and still fear you. People can dislike you and still obey you. People can dislike you and still obey you. People can dislike you and still value you. But if they do not respect you, they will use you. They will smile while they use you. They will call you a good man while they drain you. Machiavelli allowed that respect is built through controlled pressure, not through emotional availability. Silence is controlled pressure. Another reversal is how silence turns your presence into a measurement. When you speak constantly, you become background noise. When you talk rarely, your words become events. Scarcity creates value. Distance creates authority. This is not mystical. It is a basic human attention economy. Watch the loud guy in a group. He fills every gap. He tells stories. He explains himself. He laughs at his own jokes. He tries to dominate with sound. People smile, but they do not follow him. They tolerate him. He is entertaining. Now watch the quiet man. He listens. He waits. He does not flinch. He speaks when he decides, not when he is invited. People lean in. They try to read him. They try to read him in his reaction. His silence becomes a mirror. In that mirror, they see their own insecurity. That discomfort makes them adjust. The weak behavior is being the loud guy because you fear being invisible. The inversion is to accept silence and make others earn your output. Machiavelli would understand that a prince does not speak like a peasant. A prince does not seek the crowd's comfort. A prince uses restraint to signal rank. Here is another reality. Silence is how you stop being pulled into pointless debates. Debates are often traps. People do not debate to learn. They debate to win attention, to establish moral superiority, to corner you into defending yourself. They want you to explain. They want you to react and want you emotionally invested. Investment is control. A co-worker says, "I just think your approach is kind of problematic." The word is vague. Problematic is not an honest critique. It is a moral weapon. If you respond, you will start defending your character. You will begin to prove you are good. You accepted their frame. You stepped into their court. You handed them authority. The effective move is silence and a neutral stare. Then, define problematic. If they cannot define it, you stop. Silence again. Let them squirm. Let the room see the emptiness behind the accusation. You do not need to win the argument. You need to win the frame. The frame is the one who has the right to define reality. Machiavelli did not fight every battle. He chose terrain. He chose timing. He chose timing. Silence is a way of refusing to go down the terrain. You also need to understand how silence creates a vacuum that you can control. When you disappear from someone's life, your absence becomes a message. Most men try to stay present to prove loyalty. Loyalty is valuable only when it is chosen, not when it is guaranteed. Guaranteed loyalty is taken for granted. If you are always available, people treat your availability as a utility. They plan around you like a tool. They do not respect you as a man. They respect you as a service. When you become less available without explanation, without dramatic announcements, you change the dynamic. People start asking, "Where is he?" Not because they love you, but because your absence disrupts their expectations. Disrupting expectations is power. Predictability is a weakness. This is why silence after disrespect is so brutal. Someone crosses a line. They say something slick. They test you. If you argue, you give them something to engage with. Engagement is a reward. If you explode, you provide entertainment and look unstable. Instability is weakness. But if you go silent and withdraw your attention, you create consequences without chaos. You make them feel the loss of access. Access is what most people want access to: your time, your attention, your emotional labor, your validation. When you remove access, you create hunger. Hunger creates compliance. Machiavelli would call this punishment without noise, quiet consequences. The cleanest kind. No speeches, no pleading, no explanation, just reality. Now let's sharpen the blade. Silence is not simply not talking. Silence is not sulking. Silence is not passive aggression. Silence is posture. It is the ability to hold your face, hold your breath, keep your gaze, and let the other person sit in the weight of the moment. Most men cannot do this. They start smiling nervously. They start fidgeting. They start filling the air. Their bodies beg for release. That is because they are addicted to social approval. Their nervous system is trained to chase comfort. Comfort is the drug. The power shift happens when you stop chasing comfort. When someone tries to bait you, you do nothing. You let their bait hang. You let them feel exposed. People who bait others do not want silence. They want a reaction. Silence denies them their reward. Imagine a woman says something sharp. "So you're just like every other guy." She is fishing. She wants you to protest. She wants you to prove you are different. She wants you to invest. Investment hands her authority. You go quiet. You look at her calmly. Then you say, "If that's what you believe, okay." And you move on. You did not chase. You did not defend. You did not accept the frame that you need to qualify. That is dominance. That is you refusing to audition. Or imagine a friend saying, "You've changed. You think you're better now." That line is designed to pull you back into the old role, the useful role, the agreeable role. They want you small again because your growth threatens their comfort. If you argue, you show they can still move you. You pause, silence. Then, "I have changed." And you stop. That is all. You did not justify. You did not apologize. You did not beg them to understand. You stated reality. Reality does not negotiate. This is where Machiavelli sits behind your shoulder, not as a history lesson, as permission. Permission to stop caring about being perceived as good. Permission to focus on power, position, and outcome. Another reversal is how silence makes you the one who chooses when a conversation ends. Most men end conversations when the other person is satisfied. That means the other person controls the endpoint. The endpoint is the real power. Whoever decides when it is over controls the emotional narrative. In conflict, the person who tries to resolve it quickly is often the weaker one. They fear losing connection. They fear being disliked. They fear uncertainty. So they push closure. They apologize too quickly. They explain too much. They compromise too soon. They chase a hug. They chase a smile. They chase the signal that they are safe again. But safety is not respected. Safety is comfort. Comfort is not dominance. You end a conversation when you decide. You can say, "We are done here." Then silence. Then you leave. No extra words. No lingering. No last-minute justification. Just exit. Exit is power. Exit shows you do not need them to agree to your boundaries. This is how you stop being managed. Managed men always stay in the conversation until the other person is satisfied. Respected men leave when their standard is violated. Now, the most crucial part. Silence only works when your inner state is solid. If you go silent but your eyes beg for reaction, you are still submissive. People can feel it. If you go silent but your hands shake, you are not dominant. You are scared. So the more profound shift is not silence as a trick. It is silence as proof. Proof that you can hold tension without collapsing. Proof that you do not need approval to breathe. Evidence that you can let someone misunderstand you and still be calm. Misunderstanding is a powerful test. People will sometimes pretend to misunderstand you to force you to explain. They want you to over-clarify so they can poke holes in it. They want you to talk so they can control the frame. A co-worker says, "So you're saying my work is bad?" When you gave neutral feedback, they are baiting you into an apology. They want you to retract. If you rush to fix their feelings, you teach them that emotional pressure controls you. You pause. Silence. "Then I said we need a different approach." And you stop. You do not take responsibility for their interpretation. You do not absorb their emotional manipulation. You remain the evaluator, not the accused. Machiavelli would respect this, not because it is kind, because it is effective. It maintains hierarchy. Silence also weaponizes time. Time pressure is a control tactic. People push you to answer now because now favors them. Now makes you emotional. Now makes you sloppy. Now makes you compliant. When you delay, you take power back, not with excuses, with silence, with "I will respond later." Then you actually respond later. The man who controls his timing controls the interaction. You have seen this with women. The man who answers instantly becomes her servant. The man who answers when he chooses becomes a question. And people chase questions. People do not chase answers. Answers are finished. Questions keep the mind hooked. You have seen this at work. The employee who is always available becomes the default. The employee who is not always available becomes the one who must be scheduled. Scheduling is respect. Being assumed is used. You have seen this in families. The son who always explains becomes the child forever. The son who speaks less and moves with certainty becomes the man. Families feel it. They may resist it, but they adjust. Silence is dominance because it forces others to adapt to you. Talking too much is submissive because it shows you're adapting to them. Now let's integrate this into a single hard truth. Every time you explain without being asked, you are asking for approval. Every time you react instantly, you are giving someone control of your nervous system. Every time you fill a silence, you are signaling fear or tension. Every time you chase closure, you are proving dependency. People do not respect dependency. They exploit it. Even if they like you, they will exploit it. They might not even know they are doing it. Human behavior is not moral, it is functional. Machiavelli understood that. You should too. So what happens if you ignore this? You become socially invisible, not because you are quiet, but because you are predictable. People will look through you. They will talk over you. They will contact you when they need something. They will forget you when they do not. You will be tolerated, not valued. You will be included, not respected. You will be managed, not followed. You will become the man who is always understood, but never obeyed, the man who is always nice, but never chosen, the man who is always helpful, but never prioritized. And you will feel it. You will feel it when they cancel on you without apology. You will feel it when they respond late, but expect you to react fast. You will feel it when they joke at your expense, and you laugh to keep the peace. You will feel it when you are asked to do more with no reward. That is life as a man who cannot hold silence. Now look at the contrast. When you use silence correctly, you create fear, not panic. You create pressure, not drama. You create distance, not chaos. Distance creates authority. Scarcity creates value. Silence creates uncertainty. Uncertainty makes people careful. People become careful around a man who does not rush to explain. People become careful around a man who does not react. People become careful around a man who can walk away without a speech. Careful behavior is respect, not compliments, not smiles. Careful behavior. This is not cruelty. These are not games. This is realism. The world is not a therapy session. The world is a hierarchy. You can pretend it is not. You can talk about fairness, kindness, and communication. Then you can watch yourself get managed by people who understand leverage better than you do. Machiavelli is not telling you to be evil. He is telling you to be awake. He is telling you that appearances are used as weapons, and that most people are moved by fear and desire more than by logic. Silence touches fear and desire once more. It withholds. It is stressful. It makes people chase. When you stop giving constant access, you become a variable. Variables are powerful. Predictable men are tools. Variable men are leaders. Here is the uncomfortable part. Some people will leave when you become silent. Let them. They were not attached to you. They were attached to your usefulness. They were attached to your compliance. They were attached to the emotional labor you provided. When you remove that, they call you cold. They call you distant. They call you changed. Good. Change is the point. You do not need everyone. You need leverage. You need respect. You need a frame that protects your mind. Silence is part of that frame. So here is your real-world challenge. For the next 7 days, stop answering instantly, not to play games, to reclaim your nervous system. When you receive a message that triggers urgency, wait. When someone pressures you for a decision, pause. When someone tries to bait you, go still. When someone vaguely accuses you, demand specificity, then stop. When someone tests your boundaries, quietly remove access. And when you speak, speak like your words cost something. Short, clean, finished. No extra, no pleading, no over-explaining, no apology for existing. You do not have to announce your silence. You do not have to justify your distance. You do not have to explain your boundaries. Boundaries explained are boundaries negotiated. Silence is how you enforce without debate. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe, and share it with the one man you know who is still being managed by his own need to be liked. If this hit you, write "I am the strategist" once in the comments, just to mark the day your mindset changed. Now, close your mouth more than you open it. Hold your gaze, hold your timing, hold your frame. Let other people perform. Let other people chase. Let other people fill the silence. You are not the one begging to be understood anymore. You are the one being understood from a distance. You are the strategist.